You know how there's currently a war happening in Sudan? Well, this is all because of two people, guys. Two people. So for 30 years, Sudan was run by this one guy called Omar al-Bashir. And al-Bashir was terrible. He ran the country using fear, violence, oppression, you know, all the terrible things that dictators do because they have low self-esteem. But then in 2019, the people were tired. The people looked at the military, they said, hey, take him out. And then finally, the military, with the help of a paramilitary group called the RSF, or Rapid Support Forces, were able to overthrow al-Bashir. And the RSF was actually formed by al-Bashir himself when he was in power, because he needed goons to do his dirty work and keep him safe from his enemies. Turns out his enemies were his goons. So now there was a transitional phase with a transitional military civilian government. And their job was to hold it down until a civilian government could take over the country and bring democracy, right? But the military, having tasted some power, was like, oh, government, this thing is nice, eh? This thing is nice. Now I can see why al-Bashir stayed here for 30 years. And then they overthrew the same civilian government that was supposed to bring change. Crazy, right? And by the way, other examples of military leaders that took power and are still active till today are Paul Kagame, Yoweri Museveni, and Ibrahim Traore. So now there were two powerful groups remaining. The RSF, led by General Mohamed Dagalo, because you know, the RSF is like that girl that you embraced once and she never left. And the Sudanese army, led by General Abdel al-Burhan. And these two, they tried to work together for a while, running the country, you know, like this, like that. And then they quickly realized that they both have very different ideologies on how the country should be run. And that's where the current conflict began. So the same two guys who took over a country from a dictator because they wanted to bring peace and democracy are the same two guys who actually ended up bringing more war and terror into their country simply because they each wanted power. Typical African leadership style, you know what I'm saying?